Welcome back into the show. We're now joined with Mr. Steve Tomlinson and Mark Stevenson. Both of you guys play a pretty vital role in such a special book that was created, or I guess written originally, by your great-grandmother and your grandmother?
My mother.
Your mother.
And my grandmother.
And your grandmother.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. So she's no longer with us now.
No, my grandmother, or Nana to me.
You called her Nana?
Jane Tomlinson. She was a Altoona native, proud Altoona resident, who every year our extended family would vacation in Long Beach Island, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And she was incredibly well-read, very avid reader, very creative, and one time on a trip back from our beach vacation, I was actually getting sick, turned out to be with chicken pox. And she imagined this story for me to keep me settled on the ride home. She had the presence of mind to actually write this down when she got home on the back of a Cathedral Parish altar boy scheduling sheet. And that's sort of how it got recorded back in 1964.
You said you had a hard time remembering exactly how it went at first?
Yeah, I don't remember her telling me the story, but I do remember being young, 4 or 5 years old, and asking her to tell me the story of Sammy Starfish.
Because that would have been in the 60s, you said?
Yes,
Probably
right.
way back in the 60s. And so just the illustrations, you guys have really brought this story to life. I know you brought the original too, which is that the one?
No.
After Mark, now let Mark show you the
Okay.
handwritten
Yeah,
copy.
this is actually the, we found this in a drawer somewhere in the mid-1990s.
Look at
And
this.
this is the original manuscript, again, on the back of a altar boy scheduling sheet. And when Nana found this, I helped her actually type it up. We had it copyrighted back in 1995. But she wanted to give it away to all of her grandchildren as a Christmas gift. And so I used what limited artistic skills I had
Look at
and
this.
created this.
So that was the first prototype.
Exactly, of that.
We'll
Into
call that a
this.
prototype.
Yeah, it's the,
Yes.
it's the
It's
original.
actually it's the first edition of the hard cover.
Can you flip through it? Can we see?
This is the hard cover of Sammy Starfish because it's made out of plywood.
Yeah.
So it's not going anywhere.
I don't think so. And do you have illustrations in there? Is it just the
No.
story?
That's what
This
came
is the
next.
only
Wow.
illustration, and clearly I am not an artist.
And
Mark
Mark,
Starfish.
Mark actually made
Yeah, I actually
a dozen
made
or
these.
Hey, I think it's
a
brilliant.
dozen or so of these to give to other people in the family.
And it's certainly come a very long way. These illustrations in this book are just gorgeous. And tell me about the themes of what people can expect.
Well, Sammy Starfish lives in Barnegat Bay, which is off of Long Beach Island, New Jersey, for those of you who may have vacationed there. And he learns what real stars are in the sky, and he longs to shine like a real star in the sky. And through his just being naturally curious, liking to learn new things, and his sense of adventure, he finds a way to be able to do that actually.
It's a beautiful story, and I love that, and it makes a great gift.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the book is easily available. You can grab it, several different places.
Well, actually, the best place to get it is on our website, which is www.sammystarfishstory.com. And if you click buy the book, it'll take you directly to the Amazon link, where you can actually, under the image of the book, there's some like sample pages. You can actually leaf through the book and read some of the book
that's
before you buy
cool.
it. But as you said, makes a great Christmas gift, great birthday gift for a small child, typically ages 2 to 8 years old.
Yeah.
Or even a mother-to-be at a baby shower might want something like this. It's a nice sort of affordable gift to give to people.
I love that. And Steve, what was so, what was the process like, making this all kind of come to life?
So from here to there
Yeah.
was about 20 years. 20 or more
So
than 20 years.
you learned quite a few things in the process.
Yeah, we did. I was teaching school at the time Mark made this edition.
Okay.
And so I read it to kids a few times in school, and they got the story.
Yeah.
It was like they could understand the story, they liked the characters, they liked the adventure Sammy went on. And but without illustrations, it just wasn't enough. Especially I was reading it at the time to like third, fourth graders, like 8 or 9 year olds. But the story really would go down to preschool. So we needed to find an illustrator.
Yeah,
and
for the visuals.
And at that time, back in '95 when it was copyrighted, we didn't know anyone. No one in the family was an illustrator. We didn't know any illustrators. So kind of back on everybody's bookshelf. And then in 2022, through my daughter had a friend in college whose mother was an artist. And so I met her. The first time I met her, I didn't realize she was an artist. I found out later, looked at her website, and to me it was incredible. And she does all different kind of oil paintings. She does portraits, she does murals, she has a whole series of paintings of the trades of Mexico, because that's her native country. And one of the things that she does is pet portraits, and she does landscapes. And so I thought, Sammy could kind of be a pet.
I would think so.
So she ought to be able to do a drawing of Sammy. And as far as landscapes are concerned, the bottom of the bay is kind of a form of a landscape. So I asked my daughter to get her a manuscript. She read the manuscript, totally fell in love with the book. I met with her last November about it, and by January we were rolling, starting to go through all the processes we needed to go through to get a finished product. And we got finished by July.
And you see it in its completion. Does it live up to everything you probably imagined when you were hearing the story?
It's uncanny. When I first saw, our illustrator's name is Anna Truqui. And when I first saw her illustrations, it like leapt to life in my head the way I think I imagined it as a child. Like she captured exactly the images of Sammy and his friends, Clarence the Crab, Sarah Grace Seagull,
all the characters.
Christine Clam. Yeah, she did a really wonderful job in making this come to life for people.
Wonderful. And the best way to grab the book, one more time.
www.sammystarfishstory.com. Click the Buy the Book link, takes you directly to Amazon, and you can explore the book.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for coming on. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, this was exciting.
Yeah, we're going to continue to share your story too. Give people some details of how they can grab some merch. You want a Sammy Starfish hat?
Well, the merch was my one aunt, Steve's youngest sister. Actually, we had a big family reunion in mid-August and a book launch, and she surprised us all by bringing us Sammy Starfish hats.
They're adorable. So. Now you're part of the club.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll have details too on how you can grab your copy over on our website, WTAJ.com. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us, Morgan.
Coming up, Rich